So what's up, everybody? It's me, Carlos, back with another video. I just want to talk about high school. So, if you do not know, I started high school, and let's just say it's been very hard for me, socially, with work as well, and a lot of other factors too. But I mostly want to talk about the social stuff, and I mostly want to talk about the social stuff, and then get into the work stuff later. So, without further ado, listen into it. Alright, so socially. I ain't gonna lie. When I first entered the school, it was very nerve wracking to say the least, right? I feel that if you're a freshman, it's definitely gonna be very hard to like get into high school. You know, get back because I say you've been off work for like literally weeks, and now you're pretty much you're just getting thrown back into high school with work shoved in your face, right? But with the first week, it wasn't too bad. They mostly went easy. I mean, they mostly went easy on us with the work. They didn't enforce anything on us. They didn't try to make us feel overwhelmed and stuff, and I appreciate that, right? Until week two came, and week two was probably I think it's been like 2 weeks now. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks in high school. Like socially, bro, it's been pretty fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Trying to make friends, you know. I was at the lunch table one time, sitting by myself, with looking around, just seeing everyone just talk, the whole place filled with talking and shit, and I was sitting there just nothing, man. It was hard 'cause, like I feel like when it comes to the hard parts of high school, or like when you're just going back, the cafeteria is definitely one of the most brutal ones, dude. Like definitely, it really feels like you're just alone. Like you really get hit with the feeling of true loneliness. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one wants to talk to you, no one approaches you, and that's how I am. You know, I'm not really an extrovert. I'm not really an extrovert. If I had to say the extrovert, if I would say how much I like, and I'm where I am, the introvert is right here, and the extrovert is like right here. Like I'm way more introverted than extroverted, and that's because I mostly just play video games all day. I don't really do much besides that. If I'm being real with you, besides being on my phone and watching TV all the time, right? And while I do try to work, and while I do try to work out, I mostly just I'm very inconsistent on certain things, right? But overall, it's just very difficult. But luckily, I got talked to a girl. I got her number, and we're chatting right now. Her name is Amani, right? And she's been introducing me to her friends and stuff. And today, I actually had a breakdown. I mean, it wasn't a horrible, it wasn't like a really bad breakdown, but today has been hard. I'm gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? I took a math test. I mean, not really a simple, but I took a math quiz, and then I took a little quiz in global history, and then at lunch I was just feeling so like overwhelmed with the work and shit, you know, that like my friends were trying to get playful. I was getting treated like the punching bag. I got pushed down, and that's when it all just hit me. You know, I started to tear up a little bit. I try holding them back because, you know, high school niggas don't get no. I'm gonna get really honest. Niggas don't care about how you feel. Like, it's just true. If for me, to me personally, I feel that high school is a way for teachers to show you glimpses of the real world, you know. Because in the real world, me be real. In the real world, nobody cares. Right? No one cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how you feel. No one says like stop and wait to see how you doing. If they see you cry, they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop to sit down with you. And that's why, you know, your youth is the most important, right? Because you get to connect with all these kids, all these other people. But like the minute you enter your adult life, it's just fucking 180, and like all of a sudden you're just fucking alone, and nobody wants to talk to you, and and shit. I feel that that's how high school, right? But luckily, 3 girls offered to talk to me, and you know what, like let me vent about what I was going through, and I really appreciate them for that, and I really appreciate them for that, you know. And I just realized that, you know, high school is just like, it's hard, but like once you get used to it, it gets easier. Like, you know, socially it gets much easier because like I started to like feel much less nervous because I started to get back into the groove of it a little bit, right? And when I went to lunch, I surprisingly I did not feel nervous. So I talked to my friends. I calmed down. I got better, and I was much more chill. Like, so I was more chill. I wasn't cursing a lot, you know. And that's me. You know what I'm saying? That was me just being myself. When I'm not being myself, I try to fit in. Like, you know, I try to fit in with the other kids. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids who are either the YNs or kids who are either the gangsters. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. All that shit is mad fucking annoying. Like I believe that kids who act like gangsters are like the top 10 most annoying niggas in school. Like, I'm sorry for language and all, but it's just true. Like, what is the purpose of acting like a gangster for? I don't really get it. Like, to me personally, it's just very annoying, and like, you're being someone who you're being someone you're not. You know, you're being someone who is not really you at all, and I don't know why people think that, you know, the gang life is fun, because, well, guess what? Being a gangster is not fun. It isn't. Because like, I'm pretty sure no one understands how brutal the gang life is, right? Because you get into constant shootouts, constant fights, and constant beef between two gangs, like the Bloods, Crips, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't care about it, because I've lived a hard life. I did. I've seen things that kids never see, and I've seen things that kids my age never see, and I'm not going to express that, because I'm not going to, like, you know, talk about kids who say that's private information. That's kept in the back log, you know, saying no one needs to know that, except people who I trust the most. But overall, high school's been pretty okay, you know. I've started to slowly adjust to it, you know, and the work is definitely way hard. The work is weighs like a 100. Like, there's no free time, there's no relaxing breaks, you know. There's no more iPads, there's no beers. But, you know, I didn't mind it because I pretty much expected it, right? I pretty much just knew this is going to happen. I knew that it was in return from free time to work, like just immediately, right? And that's why I don't really care much, you know, because like the faster you get the work done, the faster the day goes, right? And that's the thing too, man. Time just fly by so fast from summer to school now. Like, it's already like September 19th, and it feel like it hasn't even been 2 weeks, bro. That just goes to show how fast time flies, bro. It does, right? But overall, high school it's good. It's really good. It's just that it's been really hard for me to adjust there, you know, because it's not in my old school, bro. Well, like, I can just go into lunch and feel so confident, but seeing all these new kids who I don't know, who I don't care about, it feels really, what's the word? It feels very new. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It feels very new, you know, because in my other school, I went to district, not district. I went to Robert E. Perry's PSC5Q, and that school was like that was the best school I ever went to in my life. For me, being rich, man. I had a reputation there. I did, and my reputation was that I was a really good kid. You know, I would do the work. I would not complain. I wouldn't get upset. And when I would get upset, I would talk to people. I wouldn't just hold it in for the whole day. But in high school, I feel like I couldn't do that. You know, like every time I would get upset or overwhelmed, I feel like I just cannot talk to nobody, because no one knew me. No one knows who the fuck I am. So it feels random trying to, you know, express feelings to people who you don't know. And it's hard, bro. It's really fucking hard. And in my opinion, it just takes a long time to adjust to high school. So if you're my age, I'm 14 years old, so I'm a freshman. It's really hard to adjust to high school. It really is, you know. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried a lot. I did cry. One time at lunch. I'm pretty sure I already said that. I'm pretty sure I already said that. But I just want to read it because it was really new for me, you know. That was a time where I actually can, you know, express my feelings, you know, because like when you hold them in for so long, all that like, you know, that feeling of loneliness, that feeling that nobody cares for you, it hits you deep, you know, it hits you really hard. And, you know, yeah, I'm 14 years old, and I really shouldn't be thinking about this. I'm saying, like, you know, enjoy your youth. No, I can't enjoy my youth if I have no friends. I can't enjoy my youth if I feel like I'm being constantly ignored and no one wants to talk to me, right? And that's the thing too. You can't just say, "Oh, be more confident," you know, because like I preach, right? You're saying the thing about people is that, you know, kids my age, they offer advice, right? And advice, it's not always good advice, bro. Be serious, like be for real. You know, like, you know, be yourself and be more confident. Like, that advice is, be real, it's not good advice at all. Like, it really isn't good advice. And the reason why I say that is because, like, you know, they have a good intention, right? They want to make you feel better, but they don't really know what to say. And I can't blame them. I can't get mad at them, because if you see a kid crying, like in high school, you're saying if you're in high school, you see a kid crying, what you gonna do? You say, "Oh no, it's gonna be okay, man." No, it's not gonna be okay. Like, for me, you know, it is okay for me to say, because I'm in high school, but life is very comfortable right now. But in like 4 to 5 years, nigga, it's gonna be fucking torture. it's gonna be hell on earth. Because I'm gonna get real with you. I'm not happy to be an adult. I'm not. Because not only because I gotta do taxes, I gotta find a job, you know, and like it's just gonna be hard for me to admit. It's just gonna be hard for me, man. Like, you know, going into an adult, doing all these things, man. Like, but high school isn't really any better, you know. I mean, honestly, I think it depends on what kind of high school you go to. I think it does. That definitely on what kind of high school you go to. Because for me, I was never really a bad kid. Like when I was in PSN in Q29, I was always a good kid. I never really complained. I never really got too upset. And as I talked to more of and as I got more counselors, my behavior just drastically changed, right? Because when I was in seventh grade, like when I was in seventh grade, that was like another point in my life where I just felt like the worst. Like I felt depressed. I felt like I couldn't do anything. I just laid in my bed all day. I didn't do shit, right? But then I started talking. But then I got a counselor, and all of a sudden my whole life became way better. It's crazy, right? And now in high school, I just don't know, man. Because my biggest issue with it is that like you don't have separate counselors. I'm saying there's only two counselors in the school. You know, like the OT and Miss Cunningham, who was a counselor for the students in school, right? It feels that you can't really have sessions with them, right? You know, because in my local school, you could have like a full session with your counselor, you know. But now in high school, it just doesn't feel like that, you know. And I'm just scared of sticking up, you know. I feel like that high school really just like digs deep into your insecurities, bro. It really does, you know. Because like if you're someone who's introverted, who isn't too confident, you're gonna see that in high school. You are. You're gonna see that. Oh, this shit is way fucking harder than I thought it would be. Because let me tell you right now, man, it is not easy at all. It's not easy to adjust in high school at all. You gotta do what you gotta do with more work, more kids, being with more kids, acting like gangsters and shit. And like again, bro, I just don't understand this whole thing of like trying to act like a gangster, bro. I don't get it. I honestly don't like it at all, and it makes them feel unapproachable because like they're either gonna laugh at your ass or make fun of you, right? But I believe personally that YNs like the YNs in school. I'm sorry if using that word, but I have to. I feel like that they're actually just mad chill kids. Like I feel like that they don't care about doing the work, but at the same time, they're actually mad chill under the surface. So all you gotta do is simply just get them to open up, But it's hard for me, But I've been trying to make more friends in high school, and it's been doing well. I got friends like Dante, Elliot, Zamir, Sincere, Nicholas, Shaheem, Imani, Rebecca. I got a lot of friends already. But it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same like in my other school. It doesn't feel the same. But that's just how life goes. Sometimes in life you just gotta you sometimes have to let go of your old friends. But that's hard for me. It's hard for me to let go of my old friends because because like my other friends, Jordan, Jaheim, Josmir, Luigi, I've built a connection with them. I felt something deep with them, and losing that and going to high school and having to move on from other friends, it hurts because the truth is, I won't see them again. I won't, facially, I won't talk to them again because by that point, I will already have like much more friends, like much new friends, right? But in my opinion, it's a good thing, Sometimes you gotta let go of the past. It's hard, but it's how you grow. It's how you grow, right? And like this new girl me I've been talking to Imani, and we've built a connection pretty fast, It's been like some weeks since we talked. Like anything on school, it's been saying ever since we got together, we're saying it's been pretty cool. We're not dating, but she gives me hugs. We say bye to each other. Saying it's been pretty nice. And in text, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know how to give me something. It doesn't get sexual, but it's more like platonic. It's more platonic. Because in high school, because with the way my high school is structured, we cannot do that stuff I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But like I've been enjoying her company definitely. I think she's a really good girl. She's really nice. She's respectful. With her friends though, she can be I mean, all the kids in my high school are very aggressive. They curse a lot. They say a lot of vulgar words that I don't feel like saying. But I think that, but like with one-on-one talks, they're actually very chill. Like they really, they're actually very chill. They don't force you to do things. I just feel like they just change around certain people, right? And that is for me personally. I feel like that because of my maturity, it's harder to make friends, right? Because you're so mature, like you feel so mature and grown up that talking to those kids who say 6'7" or all this other TikTok saying bullshit, it just feels childish. Like it really does, and you feel like that, and you feel like that you can't connect to that because it's impossible. Because each time you have to say, bro, let's actually have a serious normal conversation, like normal human beings, they look at you they look at you like you're some fucking ancient artifact, because you are. Like, bro, if I'm be real with you, my nigga, if I were telling you how much I do not give a flying fuck for social media, because honestly the only social media platforms that I really use are Reddit and YouTube. And what I do in there is completely different from what anyone else does. I mostly look at video game playthroughs, video game design talks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very passionate about video games. I really want to get into game design because in my opinion, I believe that I'm really good at talking about video games and explaining them and dissecting them. I feel that's what I'm actually good at, right? But like besides that, I'm shit at everything else. Like talking to people, doing math. Math was always my least favorite subject in high school. It was always my least favorite subject in school overall. Also, I apologize. I apologize if I talk very fast and very stuttery. It's just how I talk. I can't really change that. But I'm gonna try to talk more. I'm gonna try to talk slower if I can, right? So like yeah. So that's my point about being mature. When you're mature, it can be really hard to connect with other people your age. Like let's say you're 15, 16, like teenage years, right? And you're so mature, like saying you don't really curse too much. You don't really care about this whole gangster stuff or like this whole gangster stuff. This drill music. Saying I don't give a fuck about that, right? And that's why I think it's just so hard to find friends. Cause like, bro, all they do is just that. Like they don't care about what you have to say. I mean, barely. Every time I talk, they just insult my bitch ass. Like the fuck, what the fuck did I do? I'm just trying to have a normal conversation, right? I'm gonna put my phone down a little bit because I'm getting tired of walking around. You can say I get tired of it, and like I understand that I'm a very different kid. I watch informative content. I don't care about brain rot. I don't really care about playing Roblox all day. Like I play on the Xbox right now, right here. And I'm not trying to say that makes me better, right? But I've always thought that Roblox was boring. I never really cared for mainstream games. Being real with you, I thought they were boring as fuck, honestly. And I thought that they just simply sucked ass. I never really cared for them. In my at least in my opinion, it's fine if you enjoy this. I'm not trying to take it away from it, but I just feel that at my age, it's just very hard to connect with people because I'm so mature. Like I like talking about serious topics. I'm not really too much into politics. I don't really care about them that much. If I'm being honest, But I just feel like the more mature you are, the harder it is to make friends. Because like when you're so mature, people think that like you just don't have fun, and it's hard to feel like a kid, And when you're so mature as well, you feel that you're too smart. Because you think about things that you really shouldn't be worried about at all at your age, right? Like I'm 14 years old and I'm already worrying about my adult life. But the reason why I think that's a good thing is that I'm thinking ahead. You know, I'm not sitting here because like every day that I wake up, I have constant thoughts about my life, about what I do, and what I want to do in the future. Like I think constantly, like, you know, every single day I just think constantly, right? And for me personally, I think that being this mature, it can be a good thing and a bad thing. It really can, you know. With the making friends part, that's like my main goal in high school, to just like talk to girls more, you know, because like I want to practice talking to girls more. I don't want to always be the one who has male friends. I want to be more diverse. And the reason why that's so hard is because girls. I'm gonna go with you. I am very how do I say this? Like, I'm very considerate of girls' feelings. You know, like I say, I don't want to be. I don't want to feel like I'm invading their privacy. I don't want to feel like I'm just like walking up to them saying, "Oh, yo, what's up, bro? Like, how you, like, you know, like, you know, that type of bullshit." You know, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to be seen as a creep. I don't. I don't want to be seen as boring. You know, and you know, it's just hard, man. It's just pretty hard. You know. It's been like 21 minutes in this video segment by, like, I just have so many more things. I just have so many more things to talk about. You know. But I think that high school is very difficult for, you know, freshmen. You know, like especially the kind of person I am. You know, I'm very mature. I don't really care about brain rot at all. Like, I think it's fucking trash. It's boring as hell. Who could ever enjoy watching AI videos? You know, and you get made fun of for your taste, right? You get called a kid who takes things too seriously. You know. And when you actually want to talk about something serious, they always just laugh it off. Because, well, they don't care. They never care. So, like, yeah. Feels like it's just hard being a mature kid, you know. It's hard being a kid that has to, you know, do everything so, like, seriously. Cause, like, I feel like that being a good kid is like, it's good and bad, right? Because being a good kid, you know, it has its ups. You know, saying you get more respect from teachers. You know, you simply just do the work without complaining. But for me personally, it's hard because, like, bruh, I gotta do all these assignments for homework and shit, and like, I'm the kid who doesn't complain at in school, but I complain at home, right? Because my least favorite part about high school is like, now we gotta do shit in Google Classroom to submit the assignment. Like, why the fuck we should, like, why are we doing that for? I don't really understand the purpose of, like, you know, doing that. In my opinion, you know, in my personal opinion, I think it'd be better if we just did it at school. I don't see the purpose of, you know, using Google Classroom in my personal way. So yeah, that's all I want to, like, you know, talk about. I just wanted to sorry for that, holy hell, my stuttering. I just wanted to get some things off my chest, you know. Cause I make videos for I make videos for fun. I don't really care about making money, making profits. I'm just here to talk about my feelings, and hopefully I can, like, you know, inspire you guys or my commenters. Honestly, I don't really have any subs, unfortunately, because I'm a small channel, and YouTube unfortunately only cares about the big channels, the ones with the most effects. You know, I did this because I got inspired by a channel named Saya Speaks. And if you don't know, Saya is a guy who makes videos, you know, like, makes comic videos. I'm gonna show him right now if I can. Let me see if I can find him. Sorry for that. I had to grab my neck a little bit. Okay. Saya. Yeah, this guy right here. This guy right here. I like Saya Speak because he shows me that, you know, he's just like a guy who doesn't care about women and things, you know. He says he wants. He doesn't really make videos for money. He says he makes videos, like, you know, to, like, get things off his chest, and to, like, talk about topics he feels that are important. right? And for me, I see this as like a Vincent post, right? And I know that the internet isn't the best place to vent. I know that I'm not stupid, you know, and I know that the internet is full of assholes and shit. I've seen it for myself and went through it myself, but it still feels good making videos like this because it allows me to let go of those thoughts, you know, those constant thoughts that just push you down and say like, oh no, you're weak, you're this and that, right? But I feel that, you know, making videos like this is just good, right? And I have a journal, right? I have a journal that I was into about my aunt, but I don't really do much in it. I should say I just make videos to talk about my feelings, you know. I like it. And certain topics I really like to get like, you know, in depth, you know. And I want to learn how to write more. I want to learn how to make stories and shit, but like I just don't have the motivation to do it, you know. So yeah, that's my inspiration for making these videos. You know, I'm not really trying to be funny. I'm not really trying to, you know, make it. I mean, like if you laugh at my videos or something, that's fine. But my main focus is like allowing, like, you know, on my channel, allowing people to say whatever they want. You know, so they can know, like, you know, express themselves in whatever ways they see fit. You know, just being themselves and being honest, being, you know, just being you. You know, and we live in a world that doesn't care about that doesn't care about you. They don't care how you're doing up there. They don't care about how you're doing up here. All they care about is this, your appearance and its truth. You know, think of all the black pill edits you've seen on YouTube and saying, and that's why I've been trying to ignore that content. You know, because that content really fucks with your brain. You know, and some of it, you know, I do agree with some of it. Looks do matter. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that to be shameful. I'm saying because it's the truth. You know, your looks matter a lot in this world. They do. And I've been, you know, insecure about my appearance a lot. Yeah. This might be the longest video I've ever made. You know, saying it's just going for like 27 minutes now. But I say that just try your best, man. You know, life is hard. Even at my age, I went through a lot of shit. Struggle a lot, you know, and I feel that, like, you know, talking to, like, you know, talk to myself, and like talking to myself is a way to, like, you know, vent those feelings out. And making YouTube videos is also another great way to do that too, because it allows me to, like, you know, talk about what I like, what I don't like, my issues with myself, my mental issue, like not mental issues, like, you know, saying like just how my days are going on and how I'm feeling, you know, my feelings and shit. So yeah, if you're someone who's here, if you're someone who's new here, or you want to watch my videos, I'm someone who just likes to talk, a lot. You know, I like to yap. I don't really care about what other people have to think about me. Saying you can call me ugly or insults, but I won't care. I won't really care. You know, I just like being me. I like playing video games. I like being on my phone. I like talking to people who I know. And I just want to be better, you know. I want to be more outgoing, but it's hard because in 2025 nowadays, literally no one cares about human interaction anymore. Be real. Social media has really fucked up our brains up. Has really, like, I believe that the pandemic really fucked us up. Like, really fucked us up as people, you know. Like, now there's no one to talk to. It feels like that everyone is on their phones, and no one really cares about having an actual interaction, you know, nowadays. Like, no one cares about having an actual conversation, you know. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this video. If for this video you're saying, just post a comment about what you think about it. And maybe if you want to, you can like or subscribe if you want to. I don't really care. I'm not really here to get profits anyway. So yeah, have a good day or good night or whatever time it is for you. Stay blessed. And just, you know, keep doing you. You know, don't let anyone change you. Don't let anyone change you. Don't let nobody make you worse. Try to be your best, even when life is hard, and try to survive. Yeah, that's all I gotta say from now. Peace.